So my name is Peter Nieman. I'm originally from South Africa, but I've lived here in Calgary now since 1983. I'm privileged and blessed to be a pediatrician. I love kids. Kids are wonderful. 4 children of my own, and I've been a pediatrician since 1987. I attended a church here in Calgary called Victory Life Fellowship. Goes back to about 1988. And my wife is a born-again believer too. And she introduced me to the Copeland ministry. And then I ordered their magazine, which I still get today. I became a partner with them. And I've met some wonderful people through the ministry. One of the people I met is the guy from Vancouver, Adam, who's become a running buddy of mine. And I have a lot of respect for the ministry. I've been blessed, certainly. It's very, very important that we have priorities in life, and I cannot think of anything more important than a spiritual priority. To have a spiritual practice, to have a relationship with your Creator, to honor God. That's very important, but of course some people, especially people in ministry, are so focused on that they sometimes forget about the self-care. Our spirit will live forever, for sure, but our body is the vehicle that allows our spirit. We're taught in the Bible that our bodies are temples for the Holy Spirit, and it's so true. Like, we need to take care of that. So I enjoy heading out of the door in the mornings and, having conversations with God while I run. Sometimes it's meditation, sometimes it's time for an iPod, and it would not be unusual for me to listen to Brother Copeland's teaching while I'm running, or some of his guests. And I'll never forget one night I was in a friend's house here locally in Calgary, and he said, have you ever thought of running a marathon for the Children's Hospital for charities because you are a pediatrician? I said, funny that you'd mention that, because I've done only 2 in my life. Maybe I'll start doing it again. And that was 92, and that was really the beginning of my marathon career. So I'll be doing my 100th marathon, and I will always acknowledge my source for being able to do this, which of course is God. I think Adam said it well, that he watched a movie where one of the athletes says, when I run, I feel God's pleasure in me, and that is so true for me. I'm thankful I can do this. And to be able to do this at the age of 60 is also very, very much a reason to be grateful. But I think what it is, it's a metaphor for life, marathoning, in that there's a distance that is a distance you've got to cover 1 mile at a time. There are moments when you want to give up, and there are moments when you want to walk or quit. But we don't quit, we never quit. We press, as Paul said, we press toward the mark. We live in such an interesting world, I think, where it's easy to judge. It's easy to make decisions about people. But I usually pray one prayer, and that is that I would look at every human being the way Jesus would have looked at that person. You can talk about different denominations, you can talk about different Christian ministries, but at the end of it all, I think the Great Commandment is the Great Commandment, where we want to make sure we loved God and loved our neighbor, and also not to forget that we need to honor ourselves. And because if we neglect our health, then we won't be able to serve for as long as we were meant to serve. I think my life mission is very, very simple, only that I'm here to be truly helpful, whatever it is that I do, whether I'm a doctor, a life coach, an author, husband, a parent, whatever. I'd like to believe that I was truly helpful. I think it's important for me to thank KCM for the role that they've played in the way I've been developed spiritually. It is a journey, and there are different chapters in our lives. And KCM continues to instill hope and strengthen faith. I always like it when Brother Copeland reminds us that in the book of Galatians, it says that faith worketh by love. And that it's not just about faith, it's not just about developing those faith muscles that we can do whatever with the help of God. We have to remind ourselves that faith works if we walk in love.